Taming the Floods, Riding Out the Droughts. The Bull Bay Story by Ajani Jacobs, Natalee Hutchings and Jevaughn Henry. In St. Andrew, Jamaica, the community of Bull Bay is constantly under threat from a beast tempered by human activities in the area. This creature does not have fangs or claws but wreaks havoc on residents through flooding and sedimentation during periods of intense and prolonged rainfall. It, however, has two heads, the main being the Chalky River, accompanied by the less prominent head, the Bull Park River. Along with flooding, the area experiences water availability issues caused by insufficient supplies. Flipping the water coin. A resident of the community, known commonly as Bud, sought to explain the cause of the flooding events, the prominent face of the water coin being tossed in Bull Bay. He said, "The channel is filled with rocks which cause the river to overflow its banks once there is heavy and prolonged rainfall." Bud went on to explain that as a child, he would crawl through a drain located on the river bank and jump down into the river channel. This was possible as there used to be a considerable height from the drain exit to the floor of the channel. However, the drain is now partially blocked by sediments that have accumulated over the years. Bud's childhood memory painted a clear picture to support the mayor of Kingston, Mr. Delroy Williams' claim that the sediment is approximately 10 feet above the riverbed.
Cause and effect. Now, what could be causing this increase and buildup? Mr. Peter Clark, the managing director of the Water Resources Authority, sought to answer this by pointing out that the Chalky River runs beside a gypsum quarry and the waste material from the site is possibly washed into the river, increasing the sediment load and resulting in a slurry-like flow. He added that the loose soil in the area is easily eroded and increases the sediments in the river. The other, less prominent side of the water coin, limited water availability, was addressed by Mr. Clark, who stated that the current source supplying the area cannot produce sufficient amounts of water to meet the demand, and this is coupled with network problems in the area. This problem is further exacerbated by the lack of freshwater springs in the area due to its geology. Working with nature. Now that we are aware of the actions infuriating the beast, how can we address them to tame it and also increase water availability? How can we address the two sides of the coin to improve the well-being and safety of residents? The solution is to work with the environment instead of against it. This is a basis on which the Yalla's Hope project was developed using integrated water resources management strategies to conserve and maintain biodiversity, preserve ecosystem services from the Watershed Management Unit, provide good quality water, and reduce sediment runoff into the rivers. Mr. Andre Reed, the former project manager, stated that the project taught farmers about sustainable farming practices and saw to the replanting of 550 hectares of degraded lands in the upper watershed.
Solutions for the future. Nature was used as a part of the solution, and this is a clear example of how nature-based solutions can tackle the challenges in Bull Bay. One such solution is sustainable drainage systems. These systems reduce the amount of impermeable surfaces, such as concrete and asphalt, through the creation of green spaces that absorb water and in turn reduce the likelihood of flooding. These drainage systems are environmentally beneficial as they mimic nature and manage rainfall close to where it falls, and their design facilitates the transportation of surface water, reduces its force before entering watercourses, and allows water to soak into the ground. The use of rainwater harvesting as a nature-based solution can play an integral role in addressing water scarcity. Rainwater harvesting has been practiced for thousands of years, and as water scarcity becomes a greater challenge for more areas, its relevance continues to increase. Collecting rainwater and storing it for use later can reduce the demand on the struggling potable water network in Bull Bay. Additionally, this can potentially reduce flooding by reducing the amount of water being released into drains and the river. Hopeful. Nature-based solutions are the pathway to overcoming the paradox of too much water and too little water plaguing Bull Bay and its surroundings. While the beast may now be asleep, there is no rest for the residents of Bull Bay as the Atlantic hurricane season rages on.